Hello everybody! Hopefully I am live now. Just checking. Yes, my mic is working. That is good. Alright, I hope everyone's doing alright today. So, if anyone is on the YouTube watching today, you will notice that there is no chat, and that is because YouTube requires everyone to set their videos to either for kids or not for kids, and basically the rules are if it's not for kids, you should set it for kids or you'll get in trouble. So I thought, well, I can't really justify not setting it for kids since I am drawing cartoon characters that are very, that kids really like. I don't say any bad words on the stream or anything. I don't really talk about anything specifically that's mature. So I'm like, I'll just set it for kids just to be safe. Turns out they disable not only ads, which I was like okay with, but they also disable comments. So yeah, gonna have to fix that for next time. So next, once the stream is over, I will try and fix the YouTube side of things, and hopefully next week comments will be available. Sorry about all of that. But anyway, let's say hi to the chat. Zigzagoon is here. Tails is here, disguised as the Nuzlocke forums. Mouse is here. Howdy do. And I think I saw Wheeler earlier. I hope everyone's having a good day. I missed you all yesterday. I did not stream yesterday. Took a little break, so we pushed it to Tuesday. Hope everyone's all right with that. You'll notice I changed the setup for the rat cam. I set it to show the free range area because whenever I have it focused on their cage, they don't do anything. They don't come out. They just go to sleep. So I'm like, you know what? I'll open the cage and I'll point it to the most interesting play part. You got their little you'll see like a grassy tuft. I grew some grass for them and I scattered some salad and seeds in there so they can find it. I put some carrots in a bucket of water. That's their little pool right there. They like to stick their heads in water for some reason. You got some boxes and a plate of cucumbers, which they like. So I took Duncan out. He was on screen earlier, but I don't know where he went off to hide to. Domino has been very lazy. He won't even come out of the space pod, so I couldn't show him off. But if he decides to run around a little later, I will go grab him and give him a little bit of a close-up so you guys can see him. But for now, we're just gonna let them be. The rat cam isn't the show. It's just there to be cute and entertain us when I am reading chat if they show up. But Lord Chrono is here and Bug Aaron. Rat cam, right? Yeah, but no rats on the rat cam, unfortunately. Chrono is not here. So yeah, it's not a face cam, it is a rat cam. Mouse, get the kids out of here. Right, so we will just go ahead with our show. Sorry for everyone on the YouTube side that can't comment today, but I will be fixing it up for next week, hopefully. Anyway, today we're going to draw some Skitty, cute little kitty. It's the kitten Pokemon, an Echo. Let's see. It's a really small cat. It's a 2-foot tall cat. And let's read the biology, which is very short. It's got a very short biology. Skitty is a pink feline Pokemon with a stumpy body and 4 short legs. On its face is a cream-colored crescent-shaped marking. It has slit-like eyes and tufted ears with purple interiors. Its slender tail has a bulky pink section at the end, terminated by 3 pin-like structures with yellow ball-like tips. Huh. I suppose there wouldn't be there couldn't be a more direct way of describing that, but it still sounds odd when written that way. In battle, its tail tufts out? Puffs out? It does? I didn't know that. It threatens opponents with a sharp growl. Oh, that's cute. Give me a sec. I'm gonna turn on a light. I'm surprised. Usually they like to run around when I take them out, but maybe it was a little early for them. We'll see if they get a little more active later. Let's see. It is fascinated by moving objects and chases them. It is known to chase its own tail and become dizzy from it. Although it can be difficult to earn its trust, it is very popular due to its adorable looks and behavior. Kind of like a Shiba Inu. It can use the moves of other Pokemon through the use of Assist, its former signature move. I wonder why they made Assist its signature move. What about Skitty makes it prone to copying other Pokemon's moves? It lives in holes in trees, in tropical and temperate forests. Alright. Isn't it offensive to be drawing cats while videotaping rats? I mean, possibly? Someone get the crowbar back for a bit. Dinner is soon. Alright, good to have you back, Wheeler. Mouse is latched to Bug again. Gotta try to pry her off. Skitty is my spirit animal. It's very cute. Bug says I got myself a can of SpaghettiOs with meatballs and I'm eating it cold. Comfort food. Okay. Okay, interesting. Interesting. I haven't had SpaghettiOs in forever. I thought it was Pikachu as Wheeler's spirit animal. Pikachu is Wheeler's favorite animal. It's not always the same. Sounds cute because they're deaf, trying not to outright say it's just a cat toy. And not a tail. There's nothing threatening about Skitty Kitty. There it is, dinner. Be right back. Okay, see you later. It was released in Gen 3. Its big thing is double battles. Yeah! I see the willow branch hide. Yeah! You gave me that one! I sometimes use it as a basket to hold their dirty fleece, and then when everything is clean, I put it out for them to climb on. But I know the reason why it's like, you know, doing the copy and stuff is probably because of assist double battles, but I'm wondering why, in terms of, like, copying moves, they decided to go with cat. Cute pink cat. Instead of, I don't know, like a parrot or something. Oh, Vanilla Blitz is here. Skitty's always... Okay, you're right. It's a copycat. I forgot about that. So, like, should we discuss the Wailord in the room? Okay. Shut up! You shut your face! Favorite Pokemon, Vanilla Blitz says Skitty is my favorite Pokemon to draw, simple and cute. I don't think I've drawn Skitty a lot, actually. Oh my goodness, its Japanese name is Enekororo del Catty. It's the Prim Pokemon. Its hidden ability is Wonder Skin. That sounds interesting. It's a 3 feet 7 inches tall, so it gets a little bit bigger, but it's not huge. Okay, let's read. Delcatty is a quadruped feline Pokemon with a mostly tan body. It has a pointed whisker-like protrusion on each cheek. Its purple ears have 3 tufts of fur at the tips, and there is a purple ruff-like collar with pin-like extensions around its neck. Well, why didn't they say there are 3 pin-like extensions stuck into its tail? It's like the tail is terminated by 3 stalks, each with a ball attached to the end. It's just so weird. It has slim legs with tiny digitless paws. It also possesses a purple flower-like tuft of hair on the end of its thin tail. Delcatty is happy most of the time and rarely gets involved in conflicts. When it is disturbed, it just moves to another area instead of fighting. It prefers to do as it pleases at its own pace, so its daily routine is random. It is popular among female trainers and used in competitions for its style and sublime fur. It is nocturnal and active at dusk. Being the result of an evolution via evolution stone, Delcatty is rarely found in the wild, though they can be found in tropical and temperate forests. It does not have a permanent nest, and instead finds comfortable spots to sleep. So I was gonna say with Skitty, it's always strange to me when I think about Pokemon in the wild in terms of Pokemon that are designed based on domestic animals. I know there are feral cats that live in the wild, but they tend to live around like human dwellings, but it said like Skitty lives in a hole in the tree, and I'm just like, okay. That's interesting. Honestly, it's good to know Skitty is the assist Pokemon. That'd be really helpful for fire later. Copycat for sure. So, like, should we discuss? Oh, okay, I read that one. And Tails is losing her mind. Skitty was my favorite redesign I've done. It has some nice shapes. Not the bad accents again. I'm sorry, okay? As soon as I look at Delcatty, I think I gotta, like, say it weird. The Pokemon I want most as my Pokemon, partner Pokemon is Joltik. They're like 2 inches tall tasers. It's so cute. Joltik is the cutest. I'm afraid I'd lose it. Yeah, you gotta train your Joltik to come home. I don't know what Pokemon is my favorite to draw. I do like Audino as like my favorite Pokemon, but I wouldn't say Audino is my spirit Pokemon. Is like the Pokemon that I would be, like a Pokesona. I wouldn't even say it's my favorite to draw necessarily. I like it like based on concept, I suppose. And I have a specific Audino character that I really like. In terms of Pokemon that are my favorite to draw, are you guys seeing this? In the Ruby Sapphire version, and even in Emerald, it has like this weird spot on its head. You can see it like really clearly in the shiny. Can I just say, I love the shiny. Oh man, that's a good color. That's a really good looking shiny. Tails, does Nyx have a Delcatty shiny? But in any case, like the later like sprites don't have the really just like incredibly, look at that, it's like a spot, it's like it's not there. I assume it's supposed to be a sun, like a highlight, but it's so specifically in the middle and it's so saturated in color. Anyway, there's nothing hidden on the back. Just gotta keep in mind how the ears come all the way down its head like that. It kind of looks like it has a head and it's wearing a hat, and the hat is its ears. I should probably look into seeing if that's a design feature that's shared by more Generation 3 Pokemon. Alright, so I got my Skitty reference up. I'm gonna open... Oops. Let's see. Pokemon Hoenn Families 18 clip. So this was last week's. You'll notice I changed the background a bit. I've changed it a bit. I wanted to make it a little more Easter Islandy, Eastery. And they were kind of blending into the background, which I didn't like. Let's go ahead and delete all of these. Do a save as 19 clip. And here we go. No. It looks like it has a head that looks like this. And then it has a hat that it just puts on. They got some Rogaine. I don't know what that is. It's supposed to look like lightning. I don't like Grucho Maui or Miarks. I don't know what that is. Let's see. Want to see a cat smaller than Skitty. Corona says, I'm afraid of the sudden expansion from like 2 inches to like 2 feet. Oh, did I say 2 inches before? I meant it's 2 feet and it becomes 3 feet. I said this before, I always get increments wrong. So never believe anything I say. So, people like drawing Skitty, apparently. I don't like drawing characters like Skitty. Character designs that are very round, like perfect circles are difficult for me. Like Hello Kitty, basically, right? It looks very simple in design, but because it's so simple, if you get it even a little bit off in terms of proportions, it can look very odd. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's like... it's got sort of the same problem that Cleffa has in its body, where it's barely got any room for movement with those kind of legs. Something's going on with its back leg from this image where the body is like separate from it. I don't know if that's just what that's supposed to indicate, or if it's just the weird way they decide to draw that specific leg. But it's interesting. And yeah, there's a Skitty. Very simple, nothing much to it. Now, Delcatty's biology said there are whisker protrusions, which I would imagine would be like this, you know, like comes from the face out, which some Pokemon do have, but no, its face is actually just like this. So the quote-unquote whisker things are what I would call either sideburns or just cheek fluff on most other animals. And I'd like a good cheek fluff. Cheek fluff are cute. I don't like Delcatty's design either. I don't like animal... well, like, not animal, but like Pokemon designs that are... or just any kind of creature design that looks like it's a piece that's wearing another piece. That's why I don't like turtles. A poorly designed animal. I'm just kidding. But like, the shell is hard for me to get on properly. I shouldn't say I don't like them. I like seeing them. I just don't like drawing them, I should say. They are difficult for me. Like, Zigzagoon has a sort of problem for me in that I rarely have the wherewithal to think of the body beneath and like to draw the whole body and then put the fur on. And so I just start with all the fur, and suddenly it looks weird because the pieces don't quite fit together properly. Oh, something about Delcatty's tail tuft, right? So like, when I see that in the official art, I think that it's simplified and that I should translate it as an animal that has fur on the tip of its tail, like that, right? So you can make it fluffy or long hair, or like maybe make it short tufty hair, or you can change it up. But I'm almost wondering the deliberate way that it's shaped and how it's described. I'm wondering if it's actually just a long tail with a solid piece at the end that is this shaped, you know, and it's like Pikachu's tail, you know, where it's kind of lightning bolt shaped and sort of semi 3D, a little bit flat, in a specific shape. I almost feel like that's what they were going for. Also, is all of this right here fluff? Or is there a giant lump of flesh in the middle? Questions. These are the questions of our generation. 3D models make it round? How is it possible that it's round? Oh, do you mean Skitty's tail or Delcatty's tail? Because if it's round, it goes like this from the side, and then from the other side, it would just look like this, right? Well, round or flat, either way, it's a specific 3-prong shape. Now let's see. We just got 2 good kitties here. They're just 2 cats. What can 2 cats be doing? Be doing together? By the light of the Jellicle moon. Okay, can I also complain about Pokemon that have ears that are attached to their eyebrows? It doesn't work with my style very well, so I always have trouble visualizing how it fits on the head. Especially from like a side view. Like Purloin? Is that the one? Purloin has the same issue. Where it has eyebrows attached to the ears. Embor also has those kind of ears. It's, it seems like it's another favored design feature. I don't know where it came from, what generation it originated from, but I'm just noticing it now. Okay, so... I made the head too big. No room for the body. Make that smaller. Something like that, maybe? Something like that, and... Skitty! Wouldn't see that ear. Okay. Okay, let me move the body a little. Make it look more like it's leaning its head back and not leaning forward. It's a copycat. Why didn't I think of that? Draw Skitty copying Delcatty. What? How about Delcatty snoozing while Skitty bounces around it? A laser pointer! These are all very good ideas. Just penning in my first concept, which is just... what's it called? Yowling? What's it called when cats just like scream? Just yowling at the moon. On the rooftop. On the rooftops of London. I've had a couple of these Pokemon families where they're drawn by the light of the circle moon or something. Drawn by the... Oh, I don't remember. Where's that from? I don't think it's the circle moon, but I couldn't think of what word it's supposed to be. Oh, burned by the light of the circle bright. Okay. That song has nothing to do with moons. Never mind, then. Burned by the light of the circle bright and cool by the forest shade. Okay, how does this ear work? Something's wrong with that head. Alright, so that's the first concept. Let's stow that away. Copying Del Caddy doing something. Maybe they can be like freaking out about a cucumber or something. Oh, but Skitty has these closed eyes. How do you make closed closed eyes surprised? Like that? I gotta move him over. There's no room for that tail. Okay, let's restructure this a bit. We're running, we're bumping up all over the place up on the constraints. Gotta make things fit a little better. You see that, Skitty? Everything in the you see that, Skitty? Everything the light touches is our kingdom. Maybe looking down into the lake, both about to try to swipe for a fish. Ooh, styrofoam peanut. No, it's a cucumber. Is that thing that people kept doing to their cats that one time, putting cucumbers in their path and making them freak out. I don't know where to put the other leg, though. I guess where it was kind of okay, but it's just like, it's the rest of it, it's not fitting into the image. Let me try to select the head, maybe make that a little smaller. Watcher's like, honestly, I'd prefer something cute over something funny for these two. Well, I'm afraid I am allergic to being cute sometimes, especially when the Pokemon is too cute. We'll see. I like to go against convention sometimes. But it's not whether or not it's gotta be cute or not. It's whatever grabs my fancy. And while I like the concept, I don't think it's meshing very well because the actions that are going on here is just kind of... He's too long You know, so it's like hard to have a coherent shape, and then this is such a coherent shape, and it also isn't very wild that it feels like two separate drawings kind of stuck together. So that's just another idea, but I don't think, you know, I don't think I can go with that one. Like preferring a female Machop over a Riolu? Like a female Riolu? I don't know if I prefer either or. Though one is definitely more interesting. Still think of the fishing thing, but maybe Delcatty is focused on the fish while Skitty is focused on Delcatty because it's copying. That could be cute. It could also be now how would I structure that? Fishing without any fish. It's kind of hard to direct focus with a Skitty when its eyes are always closed. Okay, how about more of a standing position? Because Skitty can't do anything. Delcatty has a long neck, I just realized. Gotta make Delcatty prim and proper, I guess. I just think it's funny to have something that's supposed to be prim and proper get crazy. Okay, there's a sitting. Cats are such liquid creatures. Oopsies. Oopsies. I was clicking the wrong button. Trying to this weird head on. Feels a little detached. Skitty falling into the river while Delcatty is wide-eyed. They could be in an ornate koi pond fishing for goldine. Can't have other Pokemon in the image. Let's see. Mouse I have owned. What? Oh, Mousy. Oh, mouse. I have owned 13 cats in my lifetime. I guess you guys were talking earlier and I missed it. Still do not understand how they work, like anatomically. Yeah, it's been scientifically proven that cats are a separate state of matter from liquid, gas, and solid. There's some kind of amorphous plasma that blends into whatever container that they choose to inhabit. Oops. Drip, drip. Drip, drip, drop, little April shower. Kinda, ooh, sucks to be you. His tail keeps getting in the way. Oh boy. Alright. I mean, it's funny, but I don't like it. Let's see. I'm having trouble drawing Delcatty, I think is the problem. I'm not finding a way to draw it that I'm latching onto yet. Let me draw Delcatty a couple more times just to try it out. It's just odd. It's like in the official design, it's such a incredibly connected piece of flesh up top on its head. Why did they design it like that? Just give it a... like this, like make it separate. Make the ear a separate thing from the head, please. Oh, it kind of looks like a Espeon. What happened? Your cat has some strong gremlin energy, and I love it, says Tails. I love a good gremlin energy. And the Pokemon that are designed the most, like, not cute, but like pretty, those can sometimes lend it themselves well to gremlin. Just give them big old gremlin eyes. I love some good old gremlin eyes. Maybe that's what I need to be doing. Maybe I need to be drawing just a cat where the ears and the head and everything. I shouldn't think of them as separate parts. And then just put in the markings afterwards. I think that's what they were doing when they conceived it. Anyway. I did a lot of drawing this week, actually. I just got the drawing bug all of a sudden, and I got 2 projects out. One of them is for the end of the month, so I'll be posting that instead of a update as per my new update schedule, since I skip every other month. So instead of an actual update, I like to do a little bonus something else. So that's all done. And then I suddenly really wanted to do style studies. So for the first time, I really sat down and tried to determine what makes a Pokemon based on style per generation. Because each generation has their own sort of design sensibilities. And that's already up. I did that in 2 days. Just couldn't do anything else but sit there staring at Pokemon. I looked up some videos, some more helpful than others. I like this one. Okay, so it seems like I need to draw the head as a single unit instead of just a circle and start attaching things. I still am not quite sold on how long the neck is compared to like how round the head is. It just feels like the head is just this ball and like it's just glued onto a cylinder that's attached to a body. It's very oddly out of place. I still don't have a composition though. We tried. I like the idea of copying, and I do like the idea that Skitty is watching Delcatty rather than watching the task being performed. There's just a very limited amount of expression and movement on Skitty to get that sort of dynamic, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try because it's a good idea. Your cat has some strong. Oh, okay. Whenever you draw Sapphire, you give her gremlin energy. Oh man. Yeah, it's like I just love those eyes on Sapphire. She just seems like she's side-eyeing everyone in her mind. I need that drawing bug. Well, I spent it on 2, so it's probably flown off somewhere else now. Do that one meme. The Spider-Man one from Into the Spider-Verse. I think I know which one you're talking about. I can't. Let me see if I remember exactly what it looks like. I just know one guy is like thinking, and then the other guy is like looking at the guy thinking. I just wanted to try. Okay, I'll look it up. Spider-Man thinking meme. Oh, I got the wrong arm. The wrong hand. What if it's like... There is something nice about drawing a cat, though, because they're so amorphous, in that you can't really get their anatomy wrong. You can get it wrong in that you can make it not cat-like enough, like if you make it like a dog, too much of a dog, or some other animal. But in terms of like breaking the anatomy, not really a concern when it comes to cats. They can essentially be stretched in any way that you require them to be. Oh. Okay, maybe the energy of it without actually having it. And I'm trying to get... Delcatty is very spindly, you guys. I'm trying to get it so that he fits into the frame. Doesn't waste so much empty space, you know? Okay, so what is he doing? The poses but not the energy. So what I should do is draw. But what if I played games instead? Wheeler, you've been playing games all day. You should draw something. You need to spend those draw tokens. Let's see. I'll combine the meme energy with the fishing idea, maybe. Okay. Something. Speaking of memes, I recently uncovered something on YouTube that's been going on, apparently, called animation memes, which have been around for a long time. We just didn't call it that back in the day. But if anyone remembers, like, the Caramel Dancin' was one of them. Of course, we didn't call it an animation meme back then, but it's like you got a limited animation slash repeating animation that loops over a culturally selected soundtrack, and you edit it so that it's different characters doing the same thing to the same template. You basically add a template that is a looped animation, and you insert your own characters to it. A formula, shall we say. And I discovered this term from the, what's it called? It's the Soldier Poet King animation meme. If you look it up, there's a whole bunch of them. It's some kind of folk song. Verse 1 is about a soldier who has a sword, and then there's a poet whose weapon is his word, and then the last one is a king. And I can't make out the words to that verse ever. And the template is you choose 3 characters, either your own OCs or from a show. Like, I think I saw one that was like Bakugo, Deku, and Todoroki from My Hero, and you draw them in a walk cycle. So it's a great sort of way to practice like a walk cycle. Some of them are a little better than others, but they all have the same energy of them just like walking along, and one starts walking, and then you get like a slideshow of images of them cut in, and then like more walking, and then they slowly start walking together. They all look a little silly to me. I get the desire to make them. I would, have jumped on that myself, but seeing a bunch of them in a row, they all kind of have this sort of silly, self-important, almost, energy. But darn it, I got the song stuck in my head now. But TV Tropes has a page for these. It has like examples of different animation memes, and it got me to revisit a really old one that had been lost to time in my memory. You guys remember the Convenience Store? It's like a Japanese song, and someone animated like Smash Brothers characters to it. Like it was Toon Link, and he goes to the convenience store, and he like meets a bunch of other characters from Smash Brothers. Like, convenience store, let's go to convenience store. It was one of my favorite videos way back in the dawn of YouTube. This is not right. Fix this. Like, Skitty is standing on flat ground here. You've seen that too, Vanilla? That song is weird, says Ziggs. The convenience store, I saw the Gardevoir version. Oh, hello, Refligim. A bug chimes in with Caramel dancing. Have fun with your nap, Bug. With that, I leave you to have your nap. Hopefully you don't dream of Caramel dancing by accident. One with Star Fox, other Starscream. Refligim. Thanks for coming. Yeah, a lot of the animation memes are a little not safe for work, I guess, in, like, they like to go a little violent. But it's just a fun concept. I didn't realize it had its own name now. I didn't realize it had become a big thing, like with a whole host of options. Though I shouldn't be surprised, because that's basically what the internet does, right? I'm struggling with anatomy today, you guys. Sorry it's taking so long. Hopefully because these characters are simpler and there's only 2 of them, I will still be able to line and color this today. Okay, let me put that leg back a little. Back behind the horizon line. Put you back a little so it's like this maybe. And then I want Skitty's leg to be like up high because he's copying Delcatty, but then how do like that? I need to make his head a little lower. He needs to look like he's leaning forward a little more. Can't tell if Miles is like, you know, what his expression would be under the mask. I imagine it isn't a smile. He seems very intense in his studious watching of Spider-Man. Maybe mouth a little agape because he's thinking. Let's see. N is so clueless. She's coming for you, and Little Dog, aka Lear, evolves by seeing his friends try first and then evolving. I can see that, yeah. He's been there for most of them. Never give rats citrus or mango liver problems. Yep, I've heard of that. I have to be very careful when I'm eating oranges around my rats. They're still not coming out, are they? They seem very uninterested as soon as I start streaming. Like any other time, if I let them out, they're like, oh, can't wait to get out of the cage. Not today. Has anyone seen any good parody music videos lately? I've found one the other day. Activate the dance bot. I have Arda. He's just at my dad's. He tried eating a lemon. Oh no! That's not good. Too big. Bring it down. They look like big bananas. I wonder if rats can eat kiwi. I should look it up. I got some kiwi the other day. I should try and give them some. I don't know any parody music. Okay, let's flip it back. Can put some water sausages on the side, just to kind of indicate that it's water over here. Maybe get some reeds, and then I've never been really good at it, but I can try to put a little bit of like a water like, what is it called? The light reflection of the water. Okay, let me look at my reference real quick. There's a weird thing that goes on with Skitty's body. I can't show it here, but it like the head is not on the pink. I mean, it's not on the peach. Peach? Peach is just another way to say pink. What is that? The cream. It's not on the cream part at all. It's like directly on the pink part, which means pink part comes down. Golly. I'll just do something like that. Whatever. I think I can do better with the Skitty, I feel like. He's not really trying to copy Zelda very much. He's just kind of looking at him. Like he wants to poke him in the face or something. Maybe if I turn the head slightly. Maybe if I turn the eye slightly. He looks like he has a double chin. Let's see. The Delcatty's ears are off too. I think the whole thing is just a little off. Let me do another sketch on top of this. Let's see. Turns out they can. Here's a list of berries they can eat. Berries safe for rats include strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, pomegranate, raisins, black currants are suitable. Melon and other watery fruits like seedless grapes, apples, pears, nectarines, kiwi, peaches are good treats. Banana and avocado are high-fat fruits that are safe for rats. Bananas have to be completely ripe. Not green bananas. Never steal my oatmeal raisin cookies. Maybe you can angle Skitty's face towards Delcatty more. Angle towards meaning like rotate clockwise or counterclockwise. They can eat certain sweets, but not that much. Right now it's staring into space. Yeah, Delcatty's ears are off balanced and Skitty is a little bit like... yeah. The first 4 berry types we have at home. I love pomegranate. I like pomegranates too. Let's see. Those were on the... Can they eat like the little wooden part in the middle? I eat that part myself. But cranberries. Fruits. And stay away from ginger molasses cookies. So cute. Oh, thank you. Shoot, I drew an example sketch and I don't have my phone on me to show you. Oh no! Beam it into my mind. Gonna pull his face in a little bit, I think. Like that. You know, it's really nice doing these family drawings on stream because then I get all the help from y'all guys. I used to stress out a lot about starting these streams because I would really just go in without any plan whatsoever. Some days I would stress about a Pokemon so much that I do like think about it the day leading up to the stream, but I don't always know which one is coming up next, and don't always think of anything when I get to them. But then when I just start chatting with you guys and you throwing out ideas and stuff, it all comes together in the end. Sometimes it takes longer than others, but you guys never seem to mind a two-parter. What kind of streams do you guys like? Do you like seeing these Pokemon ones? Or do you like it when I do just like a random draw session where I either pick another subject or do some more of those games that we don't really play anymore? Do you like it when I work on Jet Splack Nuzlocke stuff, like the desktop I did for the patron that one time? Patron requests can be fun. What else do I do on this channel? What else do I even do? I draw other stuff, don't I? I did Bob Ross one time. That was just me tapping the screen over and over again, it felt like. That was fun. Y'all are great. You just come to see whatever goes on. Like Pokemon families or just like Nuzlocke are my favorite. I just watch all of them. Warrior cats! Wait a minute. You know what makes me think of a River Clan cat teaching an apprentice or kid how to hunt fish? Warrior cats. Shellos family or Sableye Mawile Iron family are next. Yes, we do, loving it. I do these in order, so no Shellos family for a long while. If you go to Bulbapedia and look up the Pokemon by evolution family, that's the list I'm going by. I usually take a bit of a break in between generations. I started, or at least I tried to start recording myself again while I'm working on the comic. Recording myself when I do the comic can be a little tricky because it makes me feel tethered to the computer. I don't want like a bunch of different parts to have to sort through, so I end up stuck there. And then it can be a little difficult in the earlier stages, like the sketching and such, because then a lot of the time I'm just kind of sitting there trying to think of what to draw rather than actually drawing, so it ends up being a lot of stuff to cut out as well. But I do have a little bit of footage going right now. I got a little bit of the sketch, and then I forgot to record later, but then I'll try to remember when I get to the line art and coloring, and so we can maybe do another commentary episode, one of those chill ones where I just play footage of myself drawing in the past and then talk over it. Man, let me make this foot bigger maybe? The tail is so thin. you adding megas too? Your voice is so calming. I'm playing SA Platinum Lock for fun, not of boredom. That's good. I'm happy when you guys have your own stuff to work on while you join me on these streams. I know I tried to keep the commentary going so that it's not boring for y'all who aren't watching the screen. I do sometimes get a little quiet when my brain goes into overdrive because I get stuck on a certain thing like a pose or whatnot. Sometimes when I do line art, I can't breathe or the pen won't be in control. But yeah, I totally get you. It's good to be productive together. Now I do apologize for anyone trying to do homework at the same time while watching my streams, because I don't know about you, but I cannot concentrate on certain things, certain tasks when listening to audio. That's just a personal thing, probably. Let's see. I like how the Delcatty's coming out. I do. I think I muffed a bit on the eyes. Delcatty doesn't have these kind of eyes, but the kind of eyes that Delcatty has are not very expressive. They might be some of my least favorite eyes to characterize for character building and emotion. So even I bend the anatomy sometimes. I try to keep them pretty consistent for these Pokemon Family ones, because as a series I want it to be almost like a Pokedex sort of thing. But come on, if you get something fun, you gotta let me have some fun. Alright, I don't know what to do with the Skitty because Mouse hasn't gone upstairs to show me yet. Or maybe she has and I haven't seen it. Let me check the Discord. Nope. No seeing it. No, I wasn't waiting for you, but I was thinking maybe by the time I finished sketching the Delcatty, that you would have gotten it. Because now I must draw the Skitty, and unfortunately I can wait no longer. So I'm just gonna go for it, and I think stretching the face a little bit usually helps indicate which direction sightless eyes are looking. And maybe using the moon? I don't know. Know what? Let me try to make a crude representation of it on Fire Alpaca. You said to tilt the head like this? Mouse, like this? Does Animal Crossing count as that? Yes! Yes, it does! I need to get back into Animal Crossing. I haven't played in several days now. My poor old streak on the ATM thing has been completely shattered. I was going strong for several days after starting the game, but unfortunately I haven't had a single moment's rest because of that drawing bug. You know what? While Mouse makes a crude impression or gets back, I'm gonna go see how the rats are doing. not sure where he's gone at all. I can't find Duncan. He is probably wormed his way into some box in the back there. You can't see. I know it's weird to call something a mess when the main area seems a mess, but there's even more boxes over in the corner, and I have no idea where he is. I might have to dig him out at some point after the stream. Just kind of like stack everything up and get rid of all the hidey holes. Oh, tilt up, you mean? Okay, let me see if I can do that. I want it tilted a little like that, I think. Cheek a little higher. And, let's see. Thank you for your help, Mouse. Posting links. That can be working all in itself. Backup of my stuff in stash for when DA goes to Eclipse. So yeah, I did hear they were getting rid of stash when they switch over. I should probably do the same. First one's called Brian's Blazing Fire Red Nuzlocke. I have names for most of them, but that's the first one I've finished. A runoff! Nice! I'm in a similar position, but with writing. Okay, I mean, I'll post links on Nuzlocke forums because I'm a petty boy and I'm not going to post 4 pages in one time because Comic Fury DeviantArt tapas. Sure. Finish a platinum, double log, casually starts grinding coins for TMs at the game corner. I need to play Pokemon again, is what I need to do. Apparently there are raid battle Pikachus right now. Pikachus, what is it called? Gigantamax Pikachus. So, yeah, there's too many games to play, man. It's a good day. It's a good time to be playing games. that face. I do like this face. Let me save it. But I think I understand why it feels to you like Skitty is just staring off into space now, and that's because it looks like they're sitting right next to each other, whereas I was kind of imagining him a little further back, but because of the perspective, it doesn't read that way at all. So I'm gonna... Does Skitty have a nose? Okay, yes. Skitty have nose. Alright. Something like that. You know what I should do with all this time that's been allotted to me in these trying times? I should make a new soundtrack for this stream. For those of you who have come to many of these streams, you'll know that the soundtrack is the same every single time, and that is because I don't have a playlist so much as I have a 3-hour-long MP3 file composed of different available royalty-free tracks from YouTube, I think, is where I got them. It has like a music library of just compiled songs that you're allowed to use. So yeah, it's a darn tootin' time to update that, possibly. I don't know if their digits are that dexterous, so I'll just make it like this. Oh man, the poor little skitties with their short, stubby limbs. When doing the Pokemon styles thing, I gave the Gen 3 Audino toeless limbs, feet that attach directly, like that come directly out in from the legs without any sort of indication of a break, and it comes from Pokemon like Skitty and Delcatty, which I guess I shouldn't give Delcatty any toes, should I? Shoot. No toes for Delcatty. That sounds like a children's book. No toes for Delcatty. But yeah, I was also looking at Marshtomp a little bit. Not so much the toeless feature, because it does have toes, but the way that its leg, like, instead of having a leg and then a foot, it more has a leg and then a foot. You know, just like directly in there. Kind of like how Zorua has like a long, like, digits like this, but just more extreme. Sometimes you might see like a bit of a toe, but like Skitty is just like that. Those are its limbs. Oh, hi Red Skull, how you doing? Thanks for coming. Let's see. Need to do Gigantamax raids too. Collect the Pikachus. You get those for free playing Let's Go Pikachu if you have a save file on your Switch. My cousin showed me. Yeah, you can say you get those free. Or you can say you can get one for 60 bucks if you buy Let's Go Pikachu. I need a full box, okay. Even though you can reset multiple times, put them in Pokemon Home each time, I don't feel the motivation to do anything but watch stuff on Twitch, the country music. Am I missing something? Hey, I like country music, okay? And besides, it's more like a folk tune when it's not like country rock. When people think country music, they think like what's playing on the country rock station nowadays. Hello, Chop, JK, hello, buddy. Okay. Yeah. As of 5 minutes ago, I am done with this semester. Nice! Congratulations! Did my final just now. I hope you did well! Knocked it out of the park. How many more semesters you got after this? Are you taking any summer classes? And congratulations on surviving this harrowing semester. It has been a very odd year for students and teachers alike. So, congratulations, kudos on your success. But yes, Mouse was right. It did need the face to be turned a little. I think that helps direct the attention, let you know where the attention is being directed to. Since it has no other features to speak of. Move it over slightly because it's a little squished on that side. Okay, and then long grass over here, long grass over here. A very shallow bank. Let's see if there's any room up top. Yes, there is. Okay, let's move it up slightly. Make this shallow bank a little less shallow. And we won't show any fish because we have rules in this house, in this family. But hopefully the angle of the water will make it so that it would be weirder if you did see fish. And we can make it murky too. This cat certainly sees fish. I don't know if the tail being there is distracting from the action. Let me maybe move Delcatty over slightly. And then put the tail behind. Oopsies. Okay, let's line it up. Oops, why did I turn off the sketch? I kinda need that. Oh boy, okay. But your emoji with a point, yeah! Oh yeah! Thank you, thank you. No summer classes. This marks me being 2 years through college, and I'm halfway as of now. Nice. Halfway through college, that's a good place to be. You're on your way out now, from here on out, right? By the way, you know the phrase, everything happens for a reason. Yes, that's from the, the show Lost, I assume. Cause that was the original, like, joke behind the Nuzlocke was a Nuz leaf that had John Locke's face, and he would say, everything happens for a reason. I can't believe I'm doing, yellow, emerald, red, platinum, XY, Usum, Let's Go Pikachu, Eevee, Swish, Black, Crystal, Heart, Gold. That's just all the games, man. He gave his C-Dot and Nuzleaf the face of John Locke, hence the phrase Nuzlocke. That's Nuzlocke 101, baby. Alright, let's get some line art on this sucker. Something happened with my brush, and I don't like it. It's doing these tiny little hairlines at the edge. I don't know how to change it. Brush tip, density, airbrush by gap, brush shape, ink, brush size. I don't know how to make the minimum size bigger. Oh well, whatever. Maybe I'll just do the Nuzlocke brush then. My crunchy brush. Never become a soldier. Oh, dude, do you guys know what song has this? I think it. Okay, I think it goes like this, but like I could be making it up. But I think there's something. It's either Mama or Brother. I don't know which one, but I keep hearing it in my head, and it's going like, Mama, I really let you down. I don't know where that's from, but it keeps playing in my head, and I want to know if that's from a song, because I've been looking for it to sort of cleanse my ear palette. Be like, Brother? I don't think it's Brother. I think it's Mama. Or Mother? I think it's Mama. I don't know. It's not the Bohemian Rhapsody, though, because I listened to that twice yesterday night to make sure, and it wasn't in there the way I heard it in my head. So I'm hearing it going like, I really let you down. Man. No, because that one's like, Mama, ooh. And then like a bunch of other stuff. Da, 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 da. This one's more like, I don't know. Keep thinking it's like, I really let you down. I really need you now. I don't know. I might just be completely making it up because I can't find it anywhere. When I look up Let You Down, or Need You Now, those are all songs, but they're not the right songs. Like, I've listened to all of those searches that come up. It's like, I want to know if it's real or if I'm just crazy. I mean, I know I'm crazy, but how crazy am I? The last time that I let you down? Is that what it is? I'll have to look that up later. Last time I let you down, Shooter Jennings. Thank you. I will see if that's the right one. Shrimp fettuccine. Wait, did you put did you put a flower crown on Jet? On Dabbing Jet? Or is that the shrimp fettuccine? Added a flower crown. How did you do that? That's amazing. Want to see the walking rat. Plus my sis unfollowed. Oh well. I've been procrastinating on Black to play all these games. Modified. Alright. Yeah, I might bring the walking rat back, you know, because the boys don't like to come out these days. The walking rat appears whenever someone subs, I think, so you can see it then. Okay. If you click on the orbs at the bottom right of the chat settings, it pulls up things to enhance emotes or use them to have fun. I have no idea about this kind of stuff. Bonafide, modified. Modified. In your life. You're gonna get it. I'm gonna stop right there. I can't think fast enough to do any kind of raps. I like rhymes, but I can't flow while I'm like talking at the same time. Sometimes when I'm typing, I will just start rhyming, because you can think as you type, and then you can like look up rhymes and syllable words. Another fun thing I like to do is try to type as much of a sentence as I can with that starts with the same letter. That's a lot of fun. Limericks are a lot of fun. And haikus. If you've ever seen Isle of Dogs, it was really funny because at the end, the kid like does a haiku. He like writes a haiku, and it's like really abstract. And until then, I had always tried to do haikus like Western poetry, where it's a little more representational, I guess. Though I don't know how the poetry sphere is like nowadays. I had a friend who was a poetry major, and he made it seem like poetry is a lot looser in concept now, a lot more how do you say it? Not abstract necessarily, but like it's a lot more freeform, a lot more experimental, conceptual maybe. I think there was a poem that was like a roadmap. Anyway, I'm used to poetry just being like third grade poetry, where the stanzas rhyme, and it's in all other intensive purposes it's just prose, but it rhymes in stanzas, and it has like, you know, a beat to it, kind of like lyrics, I guess, to a song. But ever since the seeing the Isle of Dogs, whenever I do like haiku poetry specifically, I try my best to like be a little more abstract, because the impact of that was just so like out of left field for me. I've never been able to think very abstractly, especially with art, even if it's like semi representational. I can't even go semi abstract. Most of you probably have read my comic, but that scene in Castelia City when they visit a museum, not museum, an art gallery, like a Chelsea art gallery kind of situation. I wanted to do a abstract representation of Reshiram and Zekrom to sort of show what they feel like in the public consciousness, but nobody really knows what they look like, sort of way. But I couldn't even get like the level of abstraction that I wanted. It had to be just solid forms being painted in. So I just went with a less accurate depiction of them, which is kind of sad. I wanted something really abstract, like shapes and colors that form maybe like thunder clouds and fire, or you know, something that represents the looking into a storm, seeing two forces of nature like fighting. I really want to do a Zekrom Reshiram drawing that's like based on Chinese brush work, that kind of art, and have Reshiram be depicted as a white tiger and Zekrom as a black Asian dragon, like one of those Chinese dragons that are really long. I feel like that would be a fun, like, what's it called, corruption of their form in Unova. Like, they don't know what they look like anymore, but it's close. You know, like, you're in the right continent. And if you keep learning the language, you might be able to find someone that will put you on the right path. Manifest Heart Episode 5, Part 1 starts Part 2. Okay. Do, do, do. You know how sometimes you see dogs and you're like, that's not a dog. That's a toy. That's the kind of vibe I get from Skitty. You look at that thing, it's like, that's not real. It's one of those Pokemon, even more so than Pachirisu, I think, where it's like, this isn't a battler. You can't fight. Get out of here. I have a guy on DeviantArt that watches my stuff, and whenever I post a Pokemon family, he likes to give me stats on how they can be used competitively. And I don't know anything about competitive battle or the metagame or anything like that, but it is quite fascinating listening to the strategies available with some of these Pokemon. He's talking about like setting things up with abilities I've never heard of. I wanted to get into Magic the Gathering at some point. I really don't have much excuse since it's online now. You can find people to play with online. You can collect cards without spending a fortune. Or anything, really, I think. I did play... What's it called? Hearthstone? 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 I don't know what it's called. But it's like the World of Warcraft version of Magic. It was pretty fun. I couldn't keep playing because it like got too powerful for my phone, and then it got too powerful for my laptop when I moved onto my laptop. But yeah, the main like thing that prevents me from being able to get into card games like that and like Pokemon is usually buying the cards. Second being learning the game. But the online play usually takes care of both of that. It modulates your play so that it lets you know when it's your turn. And then when it's your turn, it highlights the things you can do. Like say you have 3 cards on the ground and you can tap them or whatever it's called to turn them around and make them do the action. It'll like when you hover over it, it'll highlight it, and when you can't do anything, it just won't do anything when you hover. And then if you need to count like attack points and health points, it does all of that manually, automatically for you. And then in terms of like buying cards, you can win cards usually by playing the game, and you'll either get in-game currency or you'll like get random booster packs in-game. I played a bit of Pokemon TCG for a little while because my brother's friends were into it, so he wanted to be a little bit into it, and then I had to teach him how to play, and since I didn't know how to play, we both had to learn. And then we got some cards, we logged on with the Pokemon TCG. If you're a collector and you want to play online, the booster packs come with little inserts now that have a code, and if you input the code, it like lets you get cards on the TCG online. So that was fun. It made me realize I could learn to play. It wasn't like I wasn't too dumb to figure out card games. Gosh. This is why I hate snakes and all other kinds of things that have these sort of noodle-like property. Because it's hard enough to get one stroke exactly as you wanted. It's a whole nother thing to then get a whole nother stroke that follows the exact same stroke that you just made, only a little bit apart. Just leave me alone. Thank goodness with like organic things like cats and snakes though is that they don't have to be perfect. You can have a little bit of squash and stretch in certain parts of the body and it'll still look good. When you gotta do this for something mechanical, say maybe a strip that goes around the belly of a Pokeball. Ha ha ha! Oh man, okay. You know that another thing that I've come to realize watching these animation memes on YouTube is that I am rather bad at animation. Cannot get the animation to look proper. I really need to pick up some classes on like rendering 2D animation. And then there are other things that I just can't animate properly. There's a part in one of my longer term animation projects, the Jets Black Nuzlocke anime opening that I work on stream sometimes, where Jet's running and the camera like goes around her and then to her back and then she jumps off a cliff. When I say it like that, it sounds weird. But it's like I pulled that directly from other anime openings that do that, namely One Piece. I think the first One Piece intro has Luffy like running like crazy and camera zooms around him and then he like leaps off a ledge. It's like a fun yeehaw hooray kind of leap, not like I'm jumping off the ledge sort of thing. But yeah, that scene needs to be redone. I need to redo the whole thing, honestly. I gotta learn how to properly render an animation and then just like redraw the whole thing so that it looks good at some point. It could be a project all in of itself though. That's why it's taken so long to get that animation finished. It's just every time I want to work on it, it's been forever since the last time I worked on it, and because of that, everything that I've already done, I just want to redo. I never like going back to it. My soldier, my soul. And I hate puberty. What? Especially because I'm male. You'll get over it, don't worry. I think there's a baby awake. I still have no idea where the other one is, though. Okay. I put him back in the cage because he still looked sleepy. I don't say nothing when I'm over in the playpen because I don't know how far the mic can pick up. Oh, oops. I forgot. I'm actually drawing grass right now. On a separate layer. Sometimes I make a new layer to draw a certain asset, like the foreground grass. This grass that's in the foreground like this, that's silhouetted. I want it on its own layer because it's gonna go over top of a lot of the water and other stuff. But then I accidentally drew the ridge of the grass on that layer. Oopsie daisy. Oh well. I guess I'll just put it all together. Sometimes I make a mistake like that, and then instead of like fixing it and then continuing on properly, I just kind of double down and it becomes it just becomes. That's just how it be now. Okay. I don't want none of these lines to touch, you hear? I want everyone to stay in their lane. Social distancing. Blades of grass. You need to also stay away from each other. Your lines need to... Instead of saying social distancing, we should say everyone needs to make sure they don't tangent with anyone else. Readability is king. Ole, 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 ole. He will slay you with his tongue. Well, at least he's awake now, so if he does come out, maybe the other one will come out as well, and then I won't have to dig for him. As for now, though, let me see if this can just be black. There's something not right about Skitty. I don't know what it is, but I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with these fat cheeks of his. Higher like that. A little definition to eyes, a little more like they're closed eyes and not just lines. Just a little bit like that. I think I can keep on noodling this all day because that ear is starting to bother me and the face still isn't quite there, though it is getting closer. But I cannot afford all of these noodles, so let's get down to business. Finish this piece with a little bit of color in my life. Oops. Oh, that's not the right pink. That's more like it. That's more like it. Yes! And actually, yellow. Yellow. It's not a weird cream flavor. Where's the hole? Where's the hole? Why is it broken? When will Jet's anime opening come out? What music? It is set to the Trail We Blaze from whatchamacallit? Rotel Dorado. And it is coming out never because I never find time to work on it. It's so bad. I need to upload the newest version onto YouTube because I have worked a little bit on it. Enough that there is an updated version. I think I might have put one up for private viewing. So I'll have to see, but it needs to be fixed. Okay, yeah. Oopsies. And I think the yellow's the same too. Got the same yellow, the same purple. Oopsies. Do 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 do. Do do do. Do 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 do. Oops. What? I think I think the water gets darker at the edge. I could be wrong, but I think it do. I think because of the dirt, I suppose. And then just a tiny indication of ripples. Just a tiny bit. Maybe at the very edge. Hey, look at that! I think we're actually making time. Let's give the grass a little more of a dead color, shall we? Like we're in the marsh or something, maybe. Cover up all these little gaps and cracks in my story. There we go. Nope. Missed one. There we go. And then a moist earthen color. And I think the brown color can get a little bit of water on it. Look there. He is alive, and I show him to you. You follow Rafiki, he know the way. Ah, that's nice, isn't it? And maybe a little on the grass, maybe just a little bit. Oh man, I should have done that with the. Okay, I gotta re-highlight all this dirt. I did something on the grass and I liked it, and I want to do it on the dirt. Do not adjust your monitors. Yes, this is an airbrush that you see. But it's not really being used as an airbrush. It is basically just a more controlled gradient tool. All right. That does indeed make them stand out a bit. Ugh, it's so annoying how it doesn't make it perfectly straight when you hold this what's it called? Shift. Thank you, Zigzagoon. Much thanks. I think some of these need to be tightened a bit. Elmo's World! Man, Mouse, you got that song stuck in my head. I shall like blame it on you. Let's get the shadow in. Let's see, why is it so light? Mouse, you're so excited, aren't you? Oh man. Sometimes I draw on go live on Discord for my friends so that they can hold me accountable and make sure I'm working. And one time I was just like shading for all day, literally, and that was like all, and it was so boring. I wasn't like, those streams aren't like these streams where I try to do something entertaining and try to like talk and you know, put on a show for y'all. It was just me like getting some work done and like literally all day, and I didn't realize that people were actually watching. Which they probably weren't, but like every time Mouse like switched over to check, I suppose, I was just shading. It was like, why are you still going? So funny. Excited how you'll shade this. I hope it comes out alright. Is there any particular reason why you're interested in this one specifically? Because their shapes are so orbital. Sometimes when a Pokemon is too round, too, how do I say it, formless, it becomes hard to know where to put the shadows. I'm just gonna start simple. Anything that I think is underneath something else, that's getting a shade. Let's just start there. Yeah, you were like, enough! Shading can be such a burnout. Yeah. Yeah. The way I do comics is I do like all of one thing and then all of another thing. So I don't start line art until I finished all the sketch, and I don't start color until I finished all the line art. And then I do shading and backgrounds. I actually do somewhat in the same time. The backgrounds sometimes can just be boiled down to shading the environment, and sometimes I'm shading it with trees. But it can certainly be less than fun to watch, and that's why when I do the commentary episodes of these streams where I like show you footage of me working on Jet Black Nuzlocke and I talk over it, I do speed it up so that you don't, you know, you're not here for forever just watching shading. The most interesting thing in the world. There's a guy on YouTube who does shading in a unique way that I find rather interesting. So I have been watching him shade stuff a lot, but that's like research, you know? There's watching something. Some people know how to draw and it's entertaining. And then some people know how to draw and it's educational. And then sometimes you get someone like me that just does whatever and it's neither educational nor entertaining at at times. Because like I can be educational when I try to be, and I can be entertaining when I try to be, but then when I just sort of am doing my thing, it's not. But with him, man, I wish I could remember what his name was on YouTube, but like him and like people like Marco Bucci, just their natural, normal process is so fascinating to watch. Or is it? Maybe they are just putting on a show. Who can tell? Who can say for certain? Okay, so when it comes to faces like this, right? You can go ham and like decide, okay, the muzzle would come out and like the face structure would, you know, sort of cut like this maybe, and there'd be a shadow there, and maybe you'll come down slightly and like just carve out every part of the anatomy, but then it ends up looking really dramatic and like scary. So that's best left for like dramatic things, for dramatic effect, I suppose. For this, I think just a simple leaving the face unshaded might be the best. Maybe a little bit of a brow. Draw in some fur. Okay. And, I don't know where the light is, but the sky is behind them. So, I'm gonna say this part is shadowed. Perhaps this side of the leg is sticking out a little more so that it can be in the light. Fly me to the moon. Mouse is like, but then I felt bad because you were legitimately like, okay, I'll stop, and I was like, wait, no, you're. I didn't mean for you to feel bad. Like, I legit didn't realize I had been shading, like, literally all day. And I think I also was ready to just, like, quit, and do something else for just to wind down from all of that, you know? So, like, and I really did feel bad. Like, I didn't want to, like, bore you guys. And I really didn't realize you were watching, honestly. And, like, part of me, assumed that you were just being silly and that you didn't really need me to stop. Because obviously if I, like, was... Let's be fair. If I was crunch time and, like, I needed to put out a page, I would have been like, shush, this is just my process, okay? I have to do it this way. But I was in no hurry to finish. And it was literally time to, like, sleep at that point. So I happily put that to bed. But yeah, and then I went and like drew an image just like straight up airbrushed the whole way just to see if I could. Which opened up new possibilities. So that was cool. Let me play among the stars. I feel like this part will actually be on the light. Okay. I kind of want to do that. Just like make the shadow come across the face like this. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. There's another guy on YouTube, Aaron Blaze. He used to work for Disney. He does animal portraits all the time, and he's known for just throwing a shadow across a creature. That's like his trademark shadowing style. Take the Skitty, for instance. Like, if he was shadowing it, he might say, like, oh, well, maybe there's just... I don't know how he does it, actually. But he's like, oh, maybe there's a shadow that just goes, like, across... I don't even know how to do it! He does it so naturally! Like, let's say, he'll just shadow this entire part... And then maybe like the back half would be in the light because of the way the light is falling. I don't know how he does it. I've watched a few of his streams, and it feels like you're that one joke where you're in math class and you like look up at the board and the teacher's going like 2 + 2 = 4, and you're like, okay, yes, I get this part. So you like look down, you doodle a little, and then you look back up and they're like doing advanced trigonometry, and you're like, wait, what? That's how I feel sometimes with his streams. He'll be spending forever just doing I don't know, like sketching, which I get how to do. And then he'll like move on to something else, and I'll be like, ooh, how is he doing it? And I'm like, okay, I get it, okay. And then I like stop paying attention, and then like I'll stop paying attention for a little bit, and I'll look back, and he's like completed the image without me noticing. I'm like, what? But I missed the part that I wanted to learn. Pretty cool, though. It seems simple when he does it. Okay, do you think the crescent on Skitty's head, that can't be solid, right? Like, that doesn't protrude. is very bulbous, very big. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Sometimes I'm just having a private conversation in my brain, trying to convince my brain of something, and you guys aren't invited, and suddenly part of the conversation just leaks out. It's like, I agree with you. Yes, we will do that on this part. Though I only do that when I'm on stream, so it's like, when I feel like I have an audience, I start talking to myself, because I need to talk to someone. I don't have much of a inner monologue when I'm by myself. Not one that, like, is coherent. Not coherent enough to make sentences, though it seems like when I'm on stream I am not coherent enough to make sentences sometimes either, so maybe that's just how my brain works. I don't know what to do with Skitty's face, unfortunately. It is just so flat, so formless. What do I even do? If I shade any part of it, it's going to be over shading. But if I don't shade any of it, it's going to look just completely blank. Let's bring that shadow in slightly. Like, sometimes you just need to on a face. But I don't know if this piece merits it. Well, let's see what any of this looks like when I put on a multiply layer. Maybe bring down the opacity slightly. This over here on the face is distracting. Sometimes even if you feel like it is following the form, if the shadow ends up distracting from the line or anything else, it may not be helpful to have. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna get rid of it entirely, have it look like this. This needs a little bit of a shadow here. Use it to carve out the face, maybe. How does that feel? By Jove. Duncan, our boy, so glad to see you. Is he out and about? Oh, there he is! He has not disappeared. He's been gone for so long. Crescent is just a pattern for sure. For sure. Oh, you guys noticed him way sooner than I did. You're talking about how you lose attention during his streams. My attention lapse is just enough to miss his name. La 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 la. You guys are not invited. I'm wounded. Just a teeny tiny shadow over the nose. Yeah, maybe I'll try that. This is when I realized I did not draw the face in any sort of form or function. Like, okay, this is the nose top. This is the eye, maybe. And then this is cheek. This is one of my favorite things to do, is just draw anatomical bones on a cartoon. But his name is Aaron Blaise, if you missed it earlier. Aaron Blaise. He used to work at Disney. He animated Kid Nala and helped animate Beast. But he does streams on YouTube and sells lessons on his website, creatureartteacher.com. He also sells Photoshop brushes. I've only ever bought one of his brushes, the one that he sketches with on his streams, and I love that brush, man. But I can't use it anymore because I have Clip Studio Paint. Yay! Okay. I don't think I'm gonna put any highlights on this image because it is a rather dark one, but I will take the airbrush real quick and maybe, just maybe, a tiny bit. Oops, not on this layer. Just hit it on the tips, just a tiny bit. There's one more place that needs shadow, I just realized, and that's under the grass. Oops. Oh. I call it a rat cam, but it's more of a cryptid cam. With how often we actually see the boys. He's going fishing. Duncan! He's going fishing. It's so funny. They love their little pool. They love water. I never realized rats would love water so much. And I think it's something that's unique to these two. Somehow these two, not just one of them, because they came from different litters, But yeah, like everyone else who has rats seems kind of surprised that mine likes water so much. They don't like their wheel though. I got them a wheel. Okay, with rats, they suggest a 12-inch if you have babies or females, and a 14 to 16-inch if you have boys. And they don't sell 14 or 16-inch wheels in pet stores, so I ordered one on Etsy and put it in their cage. It's an enormous, just an enormous metal wheel, metal so they don't chew it, obviously, and they are terrified of it, man. The first time I put it in, they would not even touch it, and the way that they you should have seen the way they sort of like try to get near it. It was like they were ready to bolt in case it jumped out to attack them or something. I don't know what they expected. Did that like scaredy little dance where you like go forward a tiny bit and then like lunge backwards because you're ready to flee, and then nothing happens, so you like go a little tiny bit and then you lunge backwards, but you're doing it like vigorously, so it looks like you're just like rocking back and like vibrating back and forth. It's pretty funny. I put some treats and some food on there, and I put some bedding so that it has their smell. I'm trying all sorts of stuff. That wheel was quite expensive, and I didn't really expect them to love it right away, because I did know that rats don't always like a wheel. It depends on the personality. Some rats just never really take to it, which is fine. But I expected like curiosity to mild indifference. I didn't expect like just genuine terror or fear. That was interesting. Though I guess considering their personality when I first got them, I should have known that would be their reaction to something new. Yeah, I think they've at least calmed down slightly around it, but I've not seen either of them on it yet. Parkour master! Anyway, I think this might be a dun 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 dun. Bring the eyeshadow down a bit because the eye is round. It is in fact an orb. So shadow round it slightly, but I don't want them to look cross-eyed. Gotta be careful not to make it look cross-eyed. Sometimes if your shadow is too much, it like affects the way the actual structure of the thing looks. It's pretty good, I think. I am done with this piece. Skitty's paw would catch light. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was gonna do that later and then I forgot about it and then it just blended in. There we go. Good catch, mouse. Not if I don't feel like fixing it. It's an easy fix though. And in any case, if something needs a fix, y'all don't be afraid to point it out when you catch something that I don't. Because I don't catch things often, and sometimes knowing how to fix things can be quite a fun endeavor in and of itself. But with that, I'm just giving it a little peek around. I'm trying to decide whether or not this leg should be less shadowed. If I like that better. Yeah, I think I like it better. Anyway, it is time to end the stream. But before we go, let's draw a Pokemon from the chat. I like it when you guys get to have some little inputs here and there, and y'all helped a lot with this piece, to be honest. I don't think I would have gotten it. I certainly wouldn't have made this specific composition where it's like based on the meme unless had not you guys suggested it. So that was a great call. I love memes. I love a good meme. I just never know when to incorporate one. So yay! But at the end, we wanna end on a high note and just have a little loosey-goosey. What Pokemon you want? I hear 2 Lillipups. So let's do a Lillipup. Boizel. Wheeler, too soon. It sure has been a long time since I've drawn a Lillipup. What would a Lillipup Weasel combination look like? Wheeler's like, I just like Weasel. No, I'm just teasing. I just like Weasel too, honestly. While I try to remind myself what a Lillipup looks like, why don't someone else, throw a nature in the chat, and I'll try and do a Lillipup with that nature. Lillipup is so squat. It's got these nothing legs. It's just all fluff. So cute. Impish. An impish Lillipup. I don't really know what impish is, but I assume it's like mischievous. All rough. Oopsies. There we go. There's your impish overlord. Oh. Let me just clean it up a bit. Impish, inclined to do slightly naughty things for fun. Mischievous. Perfect. That's exactly what I was thinking. Actually, I'm trying to remember what nature I gave Jet and Bianca and Sharon, but I think one of them might be impish. I don't know. Is it Jet, maybe? I'm trying to think. I think Jet is... No, Jet is quirky. I think Jet is quirky, which is like the perfect nature for a protagonist, because it's nothing, but it's possibly something. It's like nothing with personality. You don't have to commit to any specific sort of personality, but you have a personality. That's what quirky is. Sharon was adamant, I believe. And I don't quite remember what Bianca's was, but I think it was her characteristic was can take hits or something like that. And I had forgotten that I put it there. And then someone was like, I see what you did there, and I was like, oh, why did I do that there? Because as it turns out, I sort of just side-skipped any kind of Bianca backstory. And with the personality she has now, I can't see it going in that sort of direction. Though, honestly, like, thinking back on the game, I don't think it was ever a canon thing, so I don't know where that idea came from necessarily. It was so pervasive at one point. I guess I just kind of assumed it was canon, but... Anyway, I cleaned up the sketch without having to do line art. I just kind of erased parts of the sketch that I didn't want and like reinforced other parts. That's the quickest way to finish a piece. Gentle! Quirky, gentle, and adamant are their natures. Thanks for checking. Woobat, Timber, and Chatot. Oh, yep. That's what they are. Mouse is like, hey, my nature is quirky. Are you saying I don't have a personality? No, I'm saying you can have a personality, but quirky isn't necessarily the personality. It's like It's like Mouse confirmed to have no personality. Quirky can be so many personalities that it's not in and of itself a personality, I guess is what I'm saying. Like, you can be so many types of quirky that you can't say to someone, this character is quirky, and like know anything about it necessarily. Anatomy's so funky. Is that right paw in front or back? The world will never know. The back paw is right here. It's in the shadow. That is not his dingle dongle. That is in fact his back paw. And if I shaded it, you would see specifically that it's like this is the underside. How many licks? Anyway, thank you all for coming to my stream. It's been a pleasure. Sorry I missed yesterday, but we got another family done, and all is right with the world. I shall have something to post next week. But until then, I hope you guys are having a wonderful time. Staying home, getting stuff done, playing games, watching shows, doing whatever it is you want to do. Maybe picking up an old hobby, maybe learning a new one. And just stay connected with your friends. Get enough sleep. Don't let your sleep schedule fall by the wayside as it has been with me. Congratulations on anyone who has finished your semester of school. How amazing is that? Take some time off, relax, and I hope you have a great night. Until next week, keep your nose clean. Bye-bye!